howdy, welcome back for yet another installment, another episode. If you can't tell by today's title, we are looking at Charlotte Tilbury's The Queen of Glow. However, if this is your first time here, feel free to reach down and hit like. If this is not your first time here, feel free to reach down and hit subscribe. Then like, either or, whatever makes you comfortable. Don't want to press, but the more people that do, the more people actually I get to talk to about makeup, and that is like 100% of my goal here. Sorry, my life has really got a lot of dudes in it and not a lot of gals. Okay, I decided to give a look-see at Charlotte Tilbury's The Queen of Glow. And by look-see, I just decided to give you guys a show. I've had this since the quad came out, but I did notice that this is actually on Charlotte Tilbury's 30% off summer sale. So if anybody's on the fence about this, how it looks, anything like that, I thought I would give you a video so you guys can have some idea if you want to buy it. Now's a good time. Last I saw it was part of one of her bundles, so I thought, what the hey? Now it comes in the traditional Charlotte Tilbury packaging, the oxblood red with the rose gold and the CT on the front. Let me open her up to show y'all. Queen of Glow, that's it. We have our prime, our enhance, our smoke, and our prime, enhance, pop, smoke. Now, this is not one of her traditional quads. When she originally put it on, I thought it was for a limited time, but now it's popped back up on her 30% off sale. Now, this is not one of her traditional celestial shades. This is one of her newer ones where it's almost like a metallic. So I'm going to show you exactly what I mean by that. But first, let's swatch her. And okay, let's take a look-see. Let's see, we've got our prime, our enhance. This would be our pop. You know what? Let's do a little bit more pop. There we go. And our smoke shade. Well, let's do just a touch more smoke, because this is actually a very pigmented eyeshadow. Trying to see if what I show here. Now, this has definitely got a little bit more of a pinky, rosy gold glow to it than what this camera is showing. I'm trying to see, let me move one of my lights around and see if I can get it to. There we go. That is a little bit more on point what it looks like. And those are the shades. Now I do have Too Faced shadow insurance on, so I'm going to put that on and show you guys what it looks like on you based upon what I'm going to do is basically what Charlotte Tilbury's website shows and suggests to do. Now, I would not call this a, I don't know how to phrase it. It is pigmented, but it's not something that would necessarily show up on a darker complexion. So if you're a lady of color, this may not be the quad for you. I'm gonna put it on, I'm gonna let you decide. However, she does have some other quads that are highly pigmented that you might be more interested in. I think that is one little bit of a flaw with some of Charlotte Tilbury's stuff, is that she doesn't necessarily think of the larger audience. Okay, this is the prime shade. It's an all over wash of color that's supposed to basically, well, be an all over wash of color. See, and there is, you can see it on my lid. It is definitely there. It is definitely a color. It is like a peachy rose gold. I am looking off camera because it's a little easier to do this in the mirror to the side than it is on the camera's reflection, because I can see a little bit more color difference in the mirror with the lighting in this room than I can necessarily on the camera while I'm doing this. Okay, that is our all over color. You see it? It is definitely a golden glow. Now, Just gonna put in our Enhance. As you can see, that ratchets that gold up a little, because this is definitely a gold shade. But I guess if you're looking at a palette called Queen of Glow, it's going to be very bronzy to goldish anyway. There we go. That is the first two shades. I think when you get to this deeper skin tones, this might not show up as well, like the paler skin tones like mine or mid-grade. It would show up, but if you're a deep complexion, I don't think this would show up all that much, unfortunately. And it's a shame because it is a pretty palette. And some of these palettes, I really do think she probably could have made a secondary version designed for a deeper skin tone. But I think she misses a lot of opportunities with that. Ooh. See, now that's the thing with Charlotte Tilbury. There's pigment here. Wow, that is pigment. Wow, that looks so gosh darn. Let's just buff that out a bit. So gosh darn dark. And it looks more buffed out in this mirror that I have here than it does on camera. Ooh. That is some pigment. I'm not even gonna pretend. I think I've only worn this palette like twice total. And it's not that there's anything wrong with it, it's just the smoke shade, if you can't tell, is so very dark compared to everything else. And I'm like, yikes. And I'm not necessarily a person that can pull off some of the darker tones. Okay, we're blended. This right here is why I don't wear this that often. Because you see that? Oh, good golly, Miss Molly. That is... that is not something I wear regularly. And as you can see, why. Let's do the other eye. Let's just apply that a little differently instead of the traditional V shape. Now I bought this palette immediately when it came out, because I'm a sucker for Charlotte Tilbury. Although I've noticed these days she is recycling a lot of her colors. Like, I feel like most of the Charlotte Darling palette is actually a recycle of her Christmas palette 2 years ago. That is for darn sure. You know what, let's just change up how we were applying to this eye. Because I feel like I look like I got punched. With the depth and intensity that is going on with the smoke shade. Sorry, this should not be as funny as it is, but wow. Buff, 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 buff. Buff, 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 buff. Okay, what is anybody else binge watching? My state has not got back into lockdown, thankfully. But we are now mandated to wear masks at all times, which we weren't before. We are technically open, all of the grocery stores have mandated masks. Our state has mandated masks. There are some realistic exceptions to the mask mandate, but this is gonna get real interesting because as of Monday we're all mandated to wear masks, and I'm like, I'm not against wearing masks, but I'm an essential worker, and the sheer amount of pushback I am seeing in our general customers about mask wearing makes me think a lot of people are gonna get cussed out on Monday. Yikes. Okay, that is the mirror I'm looking into the side shows it being fairly well blended, although clearly not even. Now, let's put on our pop shade. Charlotte Tilbury's pop shades are always recommended to be applied with your finger. That is one of those reasons I am not a big fan of this pop shade that she's into these days. Because while it's not a true celestial with the glitter and all that, I feel like it's more metallic. I hate sticking my finger in eyeshadow. I know, it's just me. A lot of eyeshadows are literally designed for finger application. But that's just not my deal. You know what? Let's just get a little wild and put a little bit in the corners. There we go. That is the Queen of Glow. We've got our 4 colors. This, I bought it. I was so excited because I do love Charlotte Tilbury. And this mirror over here is showing this much better blended in than what this camera is showing. And I don't know if it's because of how my eyes or how the camera itself visually interprets it, but I'm like, this is a dramatic look. I'm not even gonna pretend. We'll throw in Legendary Lashes by Charlotte Tilbury. This is a newer eyelash mascara for me. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of on the fence about this one. Now, I liked her Fat Full, I like her Fat Full mascara. The other one she does, I like that one. This one, like, I'm a little bit more on the fence about. I think part of my frustration is it stays wet for so long that if you dare blink, next thing you know, you've blinked half of it onto your lower lid area. And I'm like, oh my God. Now, if you've got green eyes like mine, and I have a lot of yellow in the green of my eyes, the Queen of Glow really pops the green. I'm not gonna pretend. Because the smoke shade is like a reddish purple mixed with all the gold. Like, it's super duper definitely yeah, see this right here? This is what I'm on the fence about for this mascara. It stays damp so long, and I swear to God, when you're waiting for it to dry, it feels like an eternity, that it just kind of migrates to other places. Okay, one last look at our swatches. Swatchy. Now let's stand up and look at it in the area I usually apply my makeup in, which is, I want to say, a little bit the lighting makes a difference. And that is the Queen of Glow by Charlotte Tilbury. Like I said, if you got green eyes like I do, oh my goodness, I want to sneeze. The gold and the smoke shade really pop it. I mean, it looks great, but it's a bit more of a dramatic look if you're a paler person like me. I think, honestly, this palette was not really designed for my skin. I think this was designed more for mid-tones. Darker skin shades, potentially women of color, but not necessarily the deep set Like a dark skin would show the gold, but not necessarily the smoke shade. So I think this is actually aimed more at a mid grouping than somebody like me. But since I love just about all Charlotte Tilbury stuff, or at least I am a total pushover for getting it, you know, I have it. So if you're contemplating this on the discount for her summer sale, keep that in mind. So, what do you guys think? Have you guys tried the Charlotte Tilbury? Have you tried her quads? What do you think of her formula? I think her formula is really buttery and really nice. Like, it's really definitely, you can tell it's a higher end one. Sometimes I wish she was a little bit more creative with her quads. It's gonna sound bad. She has a very definite range of colors she leans towards, and sometimes she recycles those colors into other quads and stuff. And I kind of wish she would get a little bit more adventurous with some of the pink family, or maybe some of the greens, or even blue. I don't wear blue, but I wish she would get a little bit more, like she's had one blue quad, one. And even when she reformulated the Rebel palette into the new improved Rebel palette, there's only one shade of green in it. It still stuck mostly to a gold and bronzy coloring set, which I think she's missing a lot of opportunities by missing a lot of the rainbow. Okay guys, leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think. I do respond to comments, guys. And I do enjoy talking about makeup or whatever. Okay guys, what do you think? Come on, give me some feedback. Okay guys, remember, be safe. That's it for this one. I would love to know if you guys gave in and bought this palette, or if you just passed on it, or anything. Remember, be safe, wash your hands, social distancing, wear a mask. A lot of states are mandating it. And be kind to your essential workers. They are trying as hard as they can, swear to God, but we're kind of tired. Like, we've been going nonstop since February, y'all. Okay, thanks and have a good one.